Hey, what's up, folks? How's it going? Hello, hello. I'm just getting settled in here. How's everyone doing? Let's see who we got. Who we got in the chats? Deal Burger. Hello, Mr. Justin YouTube. Blurred Drone. Infinite Night. Rusage. Sente, what's up? Hello, hello. Yes, thank you. Yeah, actually, I haven't streamed in a while. It's been a minute. Let's see what's been going on. Well, just got back from Europe a few days ago. It was an excellent trip. I came for one tournament, Citrus, ended up staying for the second event, Rilton Cup. Citrus was in Barcelona, and then Rilton Cup was in Stockholm. And yeah, I just got back to Los Angeles. I'm going to be here for a little bit and then go back to St. Louis in a while. Yeah, I'm super, long story short, I'm just like, I'm super motivated after these tournaments to work on chess. I feel like there's so much improvement that could happen and so much work to do. A lot of courses to make. So yeah, I'm trying to get to it. Today I'm going to be annotating some games. So less talky, probably more worky, more righty. But yeah, I also wanted to catch up with you folks. Chess Pawn, hello. Infinite Night, yes, you can always ask important questions. Is Jesse's hypothesis correct? I don't know, actually. You're going to have to be more specific. Jesse, he throws out a lot of stuff out there. A lot of hypotheses. Actually, we just put up a very important poll on Twitter, if you guys haven't seen it yet, about our upcoming episode of Dojo Talks tomorrow. We're going to be talking about adult improvers and whether anyone, if they put their mind to it, can get to like 2200, like National Master, USCF, which is a common goal for many people. So we just put this poll out on Twitter, and I think things have already kind of begun to smoke a little bit. Like things are things are getting a little heated already. I think. So yeah, if you guys want to participate in the conversation, I'm sure it's going to be a pretty spicy one. What's your approximate rating at Infinite Night? Because it kind of depends on the rating. Yeah, chess pawn. Well, okay, I have to reflect on the topic, and you guys will get my thoughts on it tomorrow. But yeah. Oh, your blitz rating, please. Ideally your classical rating, but it sounds like we might not have that. All right, guys. Here's just so we're all clear. Here's the hierarchy of chess ratings. Number 1 is FIDE. They own it. FIDE is just the highest. It's just international. If you have a FIDE rating, that's generally what people are going to care about if they ask for your rating. Number 2 is your local OTB rating. So if you're in the US, it's your USCF rating. If you're in England, it's your ECF rating. Canada, CFC, etc. Most countries, I think, I don't know about most, but a lot of countries, they have their own rating system in addition to FIDE. If you don't have a FIDE rating, then your OTB rating on your on your local federation. That's next. If you don't have either of those, online classical. That's your next best. Online classical. Lichess classical, chess.com rapid. They're kind of, chess.com, they don't have a classical rating. So if it's chess.com rapid, it's chess.com rapid. If you don't have that, then you give your Lichess rapid rating. If no Lichess rapid rating, then either of your blitz ratings, either chess.com blitz or Lichess blitz. And I think, most people, they have at least the blitz rating. So Beyond that, I haven't really thought about it. I guess maybe bullet would be the next logical step from there. And then if you don't have any ratings at all, then you just need to play at this point. You really just need to start playing games. But if you have no ratings at all, then you can give your puzzle rating. That's where I would kind of, like, you've never played before, but your puzzle rating is whatever, then okay. So that's the hierarchy. That's the hierarchy. Yeah, USCF to FIDE, Manu, I think generally is about like minus 100 points. Meaning the FIDE is generally 100 points lower than the US rating. So 2000 FIDE is about 2100, I think, USCF. But that might change. There's like this going to be this like big rating boost in March that I definitely want to talk about at some point. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that changes. Lately it's like, I mean, there's many cases where the USCF rating is 300 or 400 points higher than the FIDE. Like Sente. Yeah, and people at Sente's club. Exactly. And that's, I think, a product of like the pandemic. Like a lot of people were just training very hard online and then they didn't play, so the rating hadn't been caught up. Also, like kids are generally just crazy underrated. And also sometimes people come from areas that don't have a lot of FIDE play. So for example, the people at Sente's club, they're like playing each other all the time, and so they're getting stronger. But the ratings kind of, like when you have a small pool of players, everyone just kind of trades rating points all the time. So no one like really goes up without, a lot of new players coming in. And so then when these people go and play like open tournaments, so this could be from anywhere. Like, okay, nowadays we see it a lot from India. People are super underrated. Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan. There's like all these places that you just don't want to face kids from there. China, definitely a big one. And so it's like, yeah, you don't want to face these players because their FIDE is going to be just like very, very underrated compared to their whatever their, your local, their actual strength. Oh, Infinite Night, yes. So like 1800 rapid. Okay, I would say maybe like up to 10 minutes per puzzle. The question was like when solving tactical puzzle, how much time should you spend on it? I think for newer players, I would just say like up to 5 minutes. You don't want to do more than that, because you're just trying to learn a lot of tactical patterns when you're first starting out. Let's say up to like 1,000 online rating or so, like online rapid. Because a lot of times your tactics are just about whether you know a pattern or not. And so if you've never seen a smothered mate before, I don't think it's that useful to just like, having never seen the pattern, just like stare at a position for 30 minutes and just like bang your head against the wall. Like, I can't figure it out. Yeah, like no doubt. So I think for a lot of like tactical patterns, it's like if you know the pattern, great, you can solve it. If not, like just don't work too hard. Spend a few minutes looking for all the counter moves, your checks, captures, and threats. If you don't see anything, just do your best guess, and it's probably just a pattern you haven't seen before. And then your time is better spent just looking at the pattern, reflecting on the solution, playing out different variations, different defenses. That's I think is more valuable than just like trying to reinvent the wheel, basically. So I think like up to 5 minutes for players like up to 1200, and then like 12 to 1800. I think this is where you definitely should be spending more time, because you're going from simple tactics to more like combinations, where there's like multiple tactical ideas that you have to calculate in the puzzle, and there are multiple variations. So it definitely requires some calculation work, and it's much deeper than, just looking at the position, seeing a one move idea and then playing it, right? So it's like actually requires some kind of calculation work. So then I think you should be spending like more like 5 to 10 minutes, because the puzzles still aren't like that crazy deep, and you should, I think, generally be able to kind of work through a couple of variations within that time. These are just kind of estimate rating ranges, but hopefully this is kind of useful. And then I would say from like 18 to 2200. Then you should really start getting into the deeper stuff, maybe like up to 15 minutes. And this is where, you know, I don't know if you're going to find a lot of good puzzles like in the online trainers, but this is really where like you really need to like be looking at some books, maybe like some aggro books or some puzzle books, something like that. And then spending like, I would say up to 15, even 20 minutes. Like if you really want to put your full effort into, I think 15 to 20 minutes at that point becomes very reasonable. And then for really advanced players, actually for me, I generally don't like to spend more than 20 minutes on a position unless I feel like I'm close, and then I will spend like more time, maybe up to like 30 minutes. But yeah, I mean, of course, at that level, you're really going for accuracy, so I think spending more time is generally good. So you're just trying to like see as many lines as possible, understand like, you know, figure out the best defenses, basically see as much as you can, and evaluate correctly. What rating boost? Yeah, so in March, FIDE is, I think they've determined, right? It's approved that everyone is getting FIDE rating. Like I think so. Basically, the minimum rating is now going to be 1400. So anyone lower than 1400 just gets boosted up to 1400. And then I think the way it works is anyone under 2000 gets some number of points, and that number is equal to 2000 minus their rating times 0.4, I think is what it is. So basically you're getting 40% of the boost to 2000, which kind of makes sense because I think right now the minimum rating is 1000 FIDE. So if you're at 1000 FIDE, you would then get 0.4 of the difference, which is 1000 points. Well, you're just moved up to 1400, but that kind of equates to that 40% boost. And then if you're, let's say 1400, you get 0.4 of 600. So that's like 240 points. So 240 FIDE if you're 1400 right now. So that's only if you're under 2000 FIDE rating. Guys, if you're over 2000 FIDE, I don't think you get anything in March, but I've been telling people you should probably play, you know, like you should probably play in March and take advantage of, you know, I'm going to coin this term. I'm going to call it the influx. You know, it's the rating influx. Because a lot of people are going to be getting a lot of FIDE points, and then whoever plays, their FIDE is going up. And so that's starting March 1st, 2024. And it's like, I don't know, I think it's going to be our chance, guys, to take what they took from us, right? Post-pandemic, there's so many underrated players playing the event. It wasn't their fault. They worked on their chess, and there were no tournaments. So now they come back and they take everyone's rating points. So if you're under 2000 FIDE, you know, you get a nice little boost. If you're over 2000 FIDE, you're probably going to want to play a lot, because the people that do play, right, they're going to be boosted, you know, a little inflated, maybe a little overrated. You know, imagine like you're, you know, playing a 1500 player, strength 1500, but the rating is actually 1700. You know, it's like a lot of points on the line that you can now take. So starting March, I don't know, I think it's like a good idea to play. The influx. Hey, Paul. Yes, I enjoyed the Europe trip very much. Europe is just a wonderful place to be. Maybe not everywhere, but, you know, the cities I visited, like Barcelona and Stockholm, were very, very nice. I'm like 30% thinking about moving to Europe. I'm like at 30%. I don't know, 25 maybe. I think 30 is a little bit aggressive. Maybe like 20, 25. Yeah, Principia, 15 to 30 minutes on the hard puzzles. I mean, that feels fine. The main thing is, you know, we're just trying to get deep into the puzzle and see as much as we can. FIDE should introduce a puzzle rating. Interesting. What's up, Renga? I should give Renga a shout out because he is streaming a lot nowadays. Guys, go follow Renga. Okay. At some point here, gonna start annotating some games because I'm very motivated after this trip to work on my chess as usual. Tournaments are extremely motivating, I found. And yeah, I've got a lot of games to annotate. Tons of chess work to do. Dojos, we're making big moves soon. So it's gonna be a busy time. What about you guys? Do you have any New Year's chess resolutions? How's my Spanish? Not good. Not good. Repertoire against the French defense. Paul, have you tried knight d2? The Tarash. Third move, knight d2. I've always found it very, very pleasant for white. At some point, I'm going to do an e4 repertoire. A real one for Dojo. We have Jesse's, but okay, these are like crazy attacking lines. It's not for everybody. Nice, Dark Knight. Nice. Okay, try knight d2. Yeah, and as Paspon says, Michael Adams was a great Tarash player. Maybe one of the best. So I would suggest just like playing through a bunch of his games. There are other people too. Like Magnus has played some knight d2 in the past, I think. Actually, a lot of the English players have some good knight d2 games. Like I'm sure Howell, McShane, if you looked at them, maybe Short even as well. I'm sure they have some good knight d2 games also. But Adams definitely the big one to look at. And then don't really worry about the theories so much because it's like you'll learn it by playing basically, and by looking at the games. Because I think it's a very kind of intuitive approach to those kinds of positions. I'll put this here. Okay. Yeah, at some point I gotta actually get to annotating this puppy. Okay, so this I'm looking at my round 2 game from Sitges, from the Sitges Open near Barcelona. And this game actually was kind of funny because I showed up like half an hour late because I slept through my alarm. I was napping. The round started at 4 p.m. So naturally, you know, as is custom to the lifestyle, you know, I took a nap before the game and just slept right through the alarm. I woke up. I looked at my phone. I couldn't believe my eyes, like how late I am. Came down to the game. So I was a little, you know, I was a little out of sorts during this one. But anyway, ended up being an interesting game. So knight c5. So yeah, I'm gonna be less recapping, more just annotating the game. But I'm always happy to chat or answer questions. Oh, ChessPawn, first major OTB event in March. March is a good time to play. March is a good time to play. Okay, so this was the opening. Yeah, I didn't know this line too well. So the theory says either a5 or queen e7. No, that's okay, Dealborger, because if you're under 2,000, then you basically have a free roll, actually, until March. So under 2,000 should definitely be playing just, like, immediately. Because essentially you have a free roll. If you lose points, you'll get them back. If you gain, you gain, right? I mean, that's only good. If you're under 2,000. If you're over 2,000, honestly, it doesn't make sense to play until March, like, because people are just gaining points, you know, like... So just like wait a little bit and work on your chess and then play in March. Hey Charlie. Okay, that was one video, but yes, thank you. So funny. So yeah, I didn't really know this theory, so I'm just going to try to look at this for a sec to figure out how this position gets played. Okay, d1, maybe 5, d3, knight e6. B2. And G5. I guess there's like a correspondence game. Nice. From 2021. Okay. Correspondence games are cool because then you don't have to even check the engine. You just play through the game. Like, you know, they've got it. They've got it. But the thing about correspondence games, sometimes, you know, it's very often actually hard to pull off what they do. So just because they make it work in correspondence doesn't mean it's super, super safe. The rating changes, I think it's only classical as far as I know, but yeah, it could be wrong. Okay. Well, anyway, long story short, black was okay. Rook takes d6. Knight 8, not knight f3, you know. Pleb me would go knight f3 check, of course, and then be worse after something, so knight h3. king f1, bishop g4, and okay. Black has good counterplay. Good compensation because we're down a pawn. White also has f3, c6. Alright, this line, such a specific line. But it is logical. Knight g4, knight e5. This is a kind of thematic idea from these fianchetto structures because the bishop is on g2. It's on this diagonal, so it doesn't cover the d3 square. So black often wants to target this square. And then if take, bishop takes, white takes this pawn. Yeah, these structures, pass pawn, I definitely don't really know too well. Okay, there's some theory here too. Like some correspondence theory. Okay, d8. Bishop c5. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to know all this. This feels like forbidden knowledge. e6. Take. And looks like black. But yeah, this position, it's like, yeah, this would always feel weird. Down a pawn. But I guess we're okay because of the dark squares. Mondo 8, thanks for subbing. 15 months. Awesome. So this queen e7 is interesting, I guess, because it just hits the e-pawn, forces white to defend it. I guess it's logical. White put the rook on d1, not e1. So there's also f3 here. Black goes c6. Bishop e3 or b3. White tries to kind of build their setup. Yeah, I agree, Paul. I agree. It's just always hard to... Because you get to the board, it's like, okay, maybe I could hold that position, but can I really, like, win it? I don't know. So, yeah, to be honest, I don't know if I'm going to repeat this line, but I do want to be able to play it from time to time, especially in Blitz. I feel like these structures are very playable for black. Like, Grischuk plays these positions a ton in Blitz. Other players too, like Shevchenko and company. Okay, so we have a5. Also, knight fd7 is interesting. Compy doesn't like a5, even though it's the most played move in the position. Because of rook e1, apparently, is good. And then rook a d1, and that does look fun for white. But yeah, I don't really get. So let's see, knight fd7. Also, d5 was a move there. d5 is always an attempt to just equalize immediate, but this looks weird. So take, knight takes. Okay, knight c6, knight d5. Take here. So black gives a pawn, but bishop f5. Oh, we take on b2 also. We kind of get it back. And then, oh, we're still down a pawn because we gave up 2 pawns. So we get this down a pawn position where I guess we're okay. We got some counterplay coming with like rook e8, rook c8. C2. Oh, the mic's got a little noise. Uh-oh. Is it like a fan noise? Can try to up the noise removal. Yeah, I usually write my notes in the PGen. First, I try to just kind of analyze it a bit to get a understanding of the position, and then The writing typically comes later. But yeah, I'll just like type directly in here once I feel like I understand something about the position. What's my goal in 2024? Yeah, so my New Year's resolution is to just take chess seriously for once. Really try to work a lot. Yeah, I'm not sure if I have a way to make it better. Or at least I'm doing all my usual things, but yeah, for some reason it's not working as well. Yeah, I just feel like I mean, it's not really going to change this year, far from it, but I feel like I've always, I have like chess and something else, right? I have like chess and dojo, or I have chess and like working on a course, or like chess and doing a lot of teaching. So I'm always half working on my chess, half doing chess work. And obviously those two aren't the same things. A lot of dojo is not even chess work; it's like non-chess work. So my idea is that I just have to dedicate time every day to doing the working on chess. And if I can get in like 3-4 hours a day, I mean, that's, I think, pretty good. We'll see if it's enough. But yeah, it's clear a lot of work needs to be put in. And that still gives me time to work on like dojo and stuff as well. But yeah, I have to like really dedicate that time every day. Yeah, it's all about consistency. I think that's key. So we have a lot of game analysis to do, a lot of annotating of games, and then a lot of openings to work on as well. Got to do some calculation training. Oh yeah, I don't really believe in rating goals. I mean, I think they're fine. I think it's good to have like, I just view it as a rating dream. Like I have a rating dream of like what I want to get to, but in terms of goals, like I don't know, I think it's kind of silly because it's just it just puts too much pressure on the tournaments, and it's like out of your control anyway. Like obviously you're always trying to gain as much rating as you can, right? It's just like so it, I don't know, like whether you hit your rating goal or not, like you can still do a lot of great work and improve a ton, and then you don't hit your rating goal just for whatever reason. But I think it just puts too much pressure to be like, this year I have to get to this number, because you're only going to play like a handful of tournaments, and then so I don't know, I just view those as like more like aspirations, whereas I think useful goals is like stuff that you can ensure that you complete. So like process goals, effort goals, whatever you want to call it. Just like I'm going to do chess for like an hour a day, I'm going to solve 6 puzzles a day, I'm going to do like 10 pages of this book a day. That's something you can complete. That's something that'll definitely add to your strength, which eventually adds to your rating anyway. It's all going to the same place regardless. It's just putting the focus where is like most important. It's like regardless of what your rating goals are, you're definitely going to have to do the work. So you might as well put all your effort into helping yourself accomplish what you think you need to accomplish. And then whatever rating comes for that, is up to Kaisa, guys. Okay, it's up to Kaisa. I don't know if anyone knows, but Kaisa is the chess goddess, and she decides what happens on the chessboard, right? So all we can really do is, she likes to see some hard work, some effort. She likes to see calculation training, deep work, focused work, analyzing your games. And if you do the right things, then maybe she'll look your way. That's how it works. Don't talk to me. That's just, everyone knows that's how it works. Okay, take, bishop takes. This is just some game. I think this is a real game, because black won. Black generally doesn't win correspondence games. Let's see what happens. 4 here, d4. Ooh, d5, wow. So take, check, take. Dang, very strong. Takes the d5, rook d3. Wow, black played very nice this game. Now knight comes to g4 at some point. Okay, white got their horse trapped. And that was GG. There's rook d1 check coming. Thank you for following. Thank you for hydrating me. I do need some water. Yeah, very nice game, actually. Quite instructive, like showing how black can play for win in these positions if you get this d5 break-in. That's nice. Okay, I'm just going to put equal here. So queen e7 was the move in this position. That's what we learned. Because basically I give white time to like get their kind of dream set up here, and then yeah, I just get a difficult position. Oh wow, game's already in the database. And yeah, this has been known since 1968 already. White has a good situation. Okay, h3 was played. I went a5, knight db5. Let me make a note here. This gives white time to achieve their ideal setup. Because I think white doesn't want to play f3. So queen e7, I think this is good because it forces white to play f3 because we're hitting the pawn. Actually, let me just check this line. If h3 here, take on e4. And let's see, rook e1, what do? We just take on d4, yeah? Takes, and bishop f5. So black just wins. This is just bad for white. So here white goes knight d5. Queen d8. b4. Some tactics here, but I don't know if it's going to work out for white. So knight e6, hitting the d4 knight. Bishop b2. Knight f6. Okay, so we take the pawn, we go back, and then I think we're fine here. Up a pawn. So that's good. Why did I play Rilton Cup instead of Hastings? I was invited to Rilton Cup, so I got some conditions. So that was the main reason. Hastings, I'll be honest with you guys, I didn't even know was happening. These tournaments are not always super well advertised. You have to actually work to find tournaments in Europe. There are some sites, but yeah, basically you have to you have to know about this. I forget, chesscalendar.eu, right? So you have to know about this site. You have to go there, and and then it's very hard to figure out which tournaments are big opens versus small. You just basically have to know that the tournament is a big open. You've already known about Hastings or Reykjavik or Sitges or whatever, and you already know it's a big event, and then you see it and you're like, oh, I should play this tournament. But yeah, I didn't even know it was an option. I would have looked into it though. But yeah, I wish there was more. On Twitter, there should just be more advertisement of chess events, because people are always looking for tournaments. Yeah. How do players find out about turn support? I don't know. I think you just had to know about it. Like, I have no idea. Maybe like chess magazines or something. So c6, rook d2. So if h6 or h3 here, h6. So this is the problem. And then if I moves the bishop back, then we're taking the pawn. But they take. This position is quite comfy for black. Let's see this game. Knight b3. Oh, black just gives the pawn. Oh, it's one of these pawn sack positions. Oh, we see it. Oh, but he wins it back. Okay, so not really a huge sacrifice. And yeah, here it's kind of classic two bishops situation. Black is tiny bit better, and it's annoying for white to defend. Oh, but that's very annoying. Ooh, now white is kind of tied down on the king side. That's a problem. Knight a4, I think. Queen goes like f2 or e3. Yeah. And then black just kind of wins this one. b4, just take on a3. Yeah, it's just over. Oh, Brandon beat Maxime Lagarde. Wow, it's a big win. Oh, very cool. No GM norms. I've been maybe close once or twice, but no norms. So e5 here. Excellent game. Excellent game. Black wins some very nice games in this structure. Okay, so this is already equal plus. So here, rook d2, h6, bishop f4, and then we can't take the pawn here because I think the other rook goes to e1. Wait, bishop e4, knight e4, knight e4. Oh no, he's got this rook e2 trick. Oh, in the other position, rook would have gone to e1, so black takes twice and takes on d4. Like if here h3. Oh yeah, here the bishop's not even out. So he doesn't even get that. Okay. The right move is e7. I don't need this line, just transposes. Main move is h3, where rook e8, rook e1, and h6 is very typical nowadays. This is all the latest rage. Got Shevchenko, Musard, Neiman, Tabatabai playing this, Adiban, Warmerdam, Jacobson, Demchenko, Naka. Yeah, a lot of good players. Oh, sorry, it's dark. I'll get the lights back on. ChessBase is good because it lights up my stream. Forcing white to defend the e-pawn. Yeah, the idea of h6 in these positions is just to take the g5 square and yeah, play around with the knights after that, like knight e6. It's just a generally useful move. But yeah, here it's it was actually first time played, but h3 is a good move. Okay, we kind of transpose back. Yeah, here white just gets a very good version of this position. So here, d7, bishop e3, played here. Oh, there's another game. Deok Merzen. We're following. This is a blitz game, okay. King h2. Okay, black was like already much worse. So this is what I fear, you know, it's just like this huge space advantage. And yeah, he gets this. Okay, he's like 3 tempi up compared to our game, so. This was just, yeah. Typical pain black can experience in this position. And yeah, very, very common King's Indian loss. We've all been there. So that was King h2, but my opponent actually plays just directly, which I think was very good. And apparently f4 here was strong for white. Just allowing black to take. And then taking here, and this ends up working out for white. Some kind of complicated variations here, but apparently white is fine. Queen f2, very important. And then taking on f3. Not throwing a knight f6 check, because then bishop takes, and bishop would come in. Yeah, black ends up down the exchange here. But f4 is hard to play. Takes. Okay, also there's other moves here, like g5 even. Just kind of messing with white structure. But now king h2. And knight h5. Queen e2. Forces black to try to go for the sack, but yeah, this, I don't know, never feels like enough. I think it's not even close here. King f2. White's just winning. Okay, so not knight h5, maybe take. Take knight h5 like this, and then knight e2. Look here, d5. Yeah, white is just doing well. c6, take, any move, knight c3, e5 looks good. And bishop d5 coming. So yeah, very nice position for white. Maybe not like winning, but still good. Okay, king h2, more human. And then Yeah, so what I did here is I went rook e5, f4, rook h5, which ends up... the engine actually doesn't mind it, but it actually likes it quite a bit. But yeah, it leaves black in a very difficult situation later on. So I think I should have played this h5 move, because this is just easier. Right? I don't have to like deal with any tricky positions, just h5, h4, and then black's playing this kind of obvious. So I feel like this was really the move I should have played. f4, for example, white is trying to push their majority, h4. If takes, knight h5, knight e2, bishop h6, rook f1, takes, queen d8, just going after the pawn, let's say here. And yeah, black is nice, very nice play in the dark squares. I totally agree. I would not mind being pawn down in this position. So we got a lot of... can like pile up on the d file next. Oh yeah, that's very nice, because white can't really challenge the file, because we'll take on f4, and then we got like rook d7, rook e d8 coming, and yeah. So h4, g4. This would be the real critical line, g5. Otherwise, there would be no point to black's play. White's pawns would just kill us. So g5. To break up the dark squares, takes knight h7. Engine was given king h1. Then I want it bishop takes b5 here, which I don't really understand. Or rook a6. And eventually bishop takes b5. Okay, so take, and g5. Okay, let's say like rook d5. Okay, knight d5 is also a move. I was thinking rook d5. Black goes rook e5. So yeah, we're not even down a pawn here, but we got this nice play in the dark squares. So this position definitely feels like it would be nice and playable. Okay, if knight d5. Apparently, yeah, it's comfy for black, which looks, yeah, actually looks not too bad. About equal. So yeah, I don't know if plus equals is even right here. I feel like... oh, queen f2. Okay, queen f2. What about this move? All right, let's try takes. You get good knight against bad bishop. Here, takes. Queen e6. Okay. Oh, we got rook e8 coming. We're going to take on e4. So black is just kind of eventually just getting the pawn back. Rook f1. Rook e8. Here. Just kind of curious, but seems like black is fine. Queen e7, nice move. G5. Knight d6. Okay, those look scary. Those look kind of scary. But I guess rook e1, and we're defending. somehow. Yeah, from recent tournament, Sobo. A4 there. I mean, it's kind of typical. Just gets the rook going. It helps the bishop on the diagonal. I think it's pretty thematic move in these positions. Okay, so this is some weird line. I don't know. Bishop takes c3 actually feels kind of risky. Got another option here. Bishop d4. Take, and then queen d8. Some weird move. Queen g3. And like king g7 here, or rook e6 to h6. King g7 kind of feels a little awkward. I like rook e6, I think. So h4, rook h6. Wait, that's such a funny way to play. Just like just playing for this like complete blockade. But I think black is fine. I think black is okay here. Knight h7, c6, many moves. I'm gonna give myself a counterplay. So this seems actually a lot more intuitive than giving up the dark squared bishop. That I don't think makes sense. So we're just gonna delete that line. So yeah, this was definitely the way to play. I think black equalizes here, and all the ideas are thematic. Black is an easy plan. h5, h4, g6, g5, knight h7. I don't know, I might go back and annotate some of this stuff more so I know it for next time, but I don't think we need to do that right now. No norms. I had 2 tournaments. I mean, they went okay. Like, I think I might have gained a few points in one and then definitely lost some points in Sweden. But yeah, no norms. Very, very far from the norms in either event. So yeah, instead of h5, which I think would have been good here, I went for this kind of crazy rook e5. And then rook h5. Actually, knight e2 is also possible here. Is rook h5, knight f4. What did I want on this one? I'm not really sure. Maybe to take on b5. But let's say here. Knight c3. Queen e8. And then f4. Oh, I see. So I'd be kind of forced into this exchange sack. Okay, we just get some crazy. I don't know. I don't know how to understand. It's just some insane position. Black is like kind of okay. I mean, it looks quite sketchy. Take here. It's like bishop e4. Queen d6 is better. Take here. Fe. Take. It's like almost by force we get this endgame. Sometimes just like playing out the line. I just want to see. Okay, apparently this position is draw-ish. Just let the engine sit here for a sec. Oh boy. Got a lot of comments on Twitter, huh? Oh man. What have we done? What have we done? Okay, apparently this position is drawn after any move. Bishop d4, king f6, bishop e5. So we have some kind of weird fortress, huh? Okay. Draw by force. A lot of moves black has to find. It's definitely an interesting exchange stack. We just get this like nice grip. Maybe white has a good move here. Maybe g4. More very odd complications. We take. E4. Take. Okay, another endgame. This one with more pieces. I think black is okay with best play, but yeah, super complicated still. And I don't hope to understand it right now. It's just kind of for fun to look at some variations. C4. Okay, and we'll call it unclear. Okay, so this was the game. Rook e5, f4, rook h5. I'm threatening some stuff with bishop h3. So white finds like really nice rook takes d7, exchange sack. Queen takes, rook d1, queen c8, and now black's rook is just stuck here. So I found this position very hard to play. And I basically just had to only move here c6 to not get a losing position right off the bat. But yeah, knight d6, queen e6. Yeah, honestly just didn't consider this that much. But I'd have to see e5, check. G1, take. Then FE, rook E, queen F, and black is surprisingly just winning here. Like, even this move, knight e4, take f5. E1 is hanging, queen d8 check, queen e8, take. Just a winning position for black. Wow, knight d6, rook e1, take. And this black wins here. Take. A4. White's pieces can't cope. This is already winning. Rook e3 is also good, but this feels like super clean line. White would have to go g4. Rook h4. Now they can take. Knight takes b7. e7. Yeah, we get some very unclear position where apparently black is fine. Knight d8 is a move. Oh boy, chess is hard, huh? But yeah, that was it. That was the only way to play. C6 was the only way to play. Because, yeah, we get the rook and knight takes b7. I think also just bad here. We have check. Bishop d4 and... Or here. Bishop d4 anyway. Take. HG. Take. I would have to see this as well. Say take back because a rook is trapped. Rook b8. We have two of them, so we can give one back. Take on h5. Take on b7. Yeah, black is winning this. So this would have, I think, actually given me reasonable chances because white has to find e5 here. And then g4. Yeah, a lot of moves for white. And then knight e4, this would be kind of my first thought. Check. King h1. Apparently this position is very good for black, which would not be an obvious thing to me. Queen e1. Queen e7. And then finally we have f5 coming. Okay. So the game went king h8 is I just didn't know what else to do. I didn't want to like play c6 and give up the d6 square, but that was just way too short-sighted. So white went e5, but this was actually early. They had a lot of other moves. Knight d5, h4. Here black just gets no play against white's king. And white just wins. Gets a nice position. So for example, let's say take Queen d7, e5. Black's rook here is just so sad. Rook e8, d6. Good move. Otherwise we just take on e5 and break free. So take. Oops. Almost. Rook e6. c7. Just a4. Oh my god, dream position for white. Just like dream exchange sacrifice. And then eventually white will just kind of come in like queen d3. Bishop f3 whenever white wants. Yeah, it's just over. So this actually gives black a chance. Giving black a chance to break the rook out. So this was too rushed. Knight d5. Black would have no play in the position. So yeah, here I get check, and I can take on e5, and if I give a piece back, but for 2 pawns, and then the rook comes out, so we end up with like black having rook and 2 pawns against 2 knights. But it's not like a healthy 2 pawns because I have a 4 versus 3 on the queen side. That's you know, I can't make a pass pawn there without some help. Okay, so he took. I actually thought g4 here was interesting during the game. I'd have to take here. Rook h4, and yeah, I thought this position is actually pretty unclear. Because white's king is kind of opening up now, and then the two knights are a little odd. Like, they protect each other, which is very cute, but, you know, they're not doing, like, that much. Hey, Finvar, good to see you. So yeah, white just takes. Took with the rook. Queen f3. Okay, here on rook f5, but Compy likes rook e7. And then getting the endgame this way. So keeping the rook on the e file rather than... Which actually makes sense. The rook is much better on e7 than on f5. And for example, take the a4 and... Okay, this is apparently about equal. So here we get the same endgame. It was a little bit worse. So yeah, here we kind of both mess up. And we both completely overlooked that black can... We end up getting this endgame. We just both missed that black can just take here. Which is unfortunate, because actually would have given me a chance to play for a win. I was trying to think back, like, how I could miss this. But yeah, I just wasn't thinking about, like, giving up my bishop. It just didn't... I don't think it even crossed my mind. But yeah, this was kind of the last chance for me in this game. So this one we just come in and take the a-pawn, and that's really bad for white. And here, rook b8. Take on b2 next. And then okay, it's still very much a game, but at least white's pawns are weak and black can definitely play. Oh, sorry, it's very dark, huh? Let me try to adjust this. Oh. Alright, it's a little better. So yeah, white needed to, like, pull back. And then, actually, I don't know if it's actually better. I feel like it, in practice, feels a little bit better, but let's say this is possible. Take, bishop d4. Okay, it's a nice trick. If takes, rook e1 check, because you don't lose the rook. And then here, black is actually winning because of the d pawn. So king h1, rook e7, let's say knight d5, and okay, apparently this position is equal. Alright, I gotta write something here. I'm not sure how I missed c3. So we end up drawing this game by repetition. So h5, this, bishop f3. But apparently white has already, like, actually big advantage in this position. So I was definitely lucky to draw the game. And we just repeated here. Rook e6, and then back. And we were analyzing it. We didn't really feel like white is winning or anything. I definitely thought white was better, but I couldn't really prove it. But yeah, apparently, yeah, it's a big advantage. So let's say like bishop f3. And then white's just playing like b3, knight a4, and just going after this one. So rook e6. Okay, white can already take on c7. I don't think I would have played there. I think I would play like maybe rook b6, knight a4. Yeah, I don't even know what I play. It's like, I feel like I don't have a move. Say rook e1, just to try to activate b3. Knight a4, also fine. Yeah, white is doing well. See, I'm gonna give the repetition a question mark. White repeats, letting black seriously off the hook. Bishop f3. Knight a4 is coming. Black has a hard time generating enough counterplay. Okay, so fortunate draw, but yeah, I had my chances as well. This bishop takes c3. And then earlier also in this position, after c6, I think this would have definitely made the game very double-edged with some chances for me here too. Okay, folks, I think I'm gonna end it there. I still have a bit more annotating to do in this game, but I think I got a lot of the main analysis done. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap up the stream, and I'll be back soon. Probably sometime tomorrow. I'll be back at it, annotating more games. Okay, so thanks for hanging out. Let's find someone to raid. We're gonna do Dojo Talks tomorrow. Very spicy topic. Can the average adult improver make national master? That's happening at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 8:30 p.m. Central European Time, 11:30 a.m. Pacific Time. I'm very in tune now with Europe timing at this point. So, man, Europe is crazy because you get like a full day, and then, like, you know, it's already like 6 p.m. your time, and like America, their day is just getting started. Very wild, the timing over there. Incredible. So yeah, that'll be a good one. Hey, Foos Chess, I'm sure that'll be up on YouTube within a couple days. Also, folks, David, he recorded a number of recaps from Sitchess. I think he recorded like a 4-part series. First part just came out today on our YouTube channel. So definitely go check that out. Please give that video a like, because that tells YouTube to push it out to other people, and it really helps us. Definitely subscribe to the YouTube channels if you haven't already. We have got the US Chess School videos. Those are coming out on a separate channel now, so make sure to check that one out as well if you're interested in it, because we stopped streaming the classes, but they're still ongoing, and we're still recording them and just releasing them to YouTube, because the streams were very unsuccessful. You know, just a couple people tune in, they're not interactive, and I think people in general didn't like them. So instead, we're just releasing those classes straight to YouTube, and that's very good content. I mean, a lot of like fantastic lessons there for people to you know, just like a free lesson. You can pause the video, participate, and not participate, but you can, you know, still think about your answer and then see what the coach says. And yeah, those are a great value. Thank you, Paul. Thank you. I feel like this would meet Jesse. I know I honestly don't think it would meet Jesse's standards, but it meets my standards, which is more important. Okay. Let's see who we gonna. Let's raid someone. Let's raid Elena. Haven't been on in a while. Fellow adult improver, go drop her a follow if you haven't already. And see you guys tomorrow, hopefully. Have a good one.